Here we are at the Ultimate Pool Pro event number 6. There's Matt Cooke, the Cookie Monster. And he's taking on Andy Williams in our opening match today. There's Andy.
It's just too good to be true.
I'm Tony Holgate and I'm joined by Nick Finn as he leaps in.
That was Andy Williams, wasn't it? You're just too good to be true.
Way too early this time, Nick. Anyway, after the drama of Event 5 and Tom Cousins lifting another title, we turn our attention to event number 6 and the start of it.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, everyone.
Well, this was a hard one to pick, Nick.
Yeah.
Who do you take? I mean, it really is. Out of a lot of the matches you watch, you always have a clear favourite. I don't really see one in this.
It's a bit of a tough one. I mean, Matt has, well, they both are in their place by right. Matt had, I mean, over the years he's had some incredible sculpts. He's probably just slightly the more experienced, but I mean, Andy's got years in the game as well. As you say, very hard to pick a winner. Andy played really well against Jordan Shepherd, by the way. I mean, he was 4-1 up and really pushed Jordan hard. So if he plays like he did against Jordan, then he's got every chance here, especially with that start from Matt. I mean, how unlucky is that? Yellow comes up and kicks the cue ball in.
Yeah, you can't legislate for that sort of carry on. These dubs. Very quickly he plays off that ball to try and develop the other yellow.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Where's he gone?
Well, I think the referee's coming to check for a foul.
Is it that or is it? It's either that or the shot clock's sort of had a little malfunction, is it?
I think she's checking for a foul. I think. Well, no, maybe it is the clock. I'm not sure. They've not come into the.
To be fair, I didn't see any foul there.
No, I didn't either.
Unless it was something where he'd moved the ball with his hand, but I would have thought he'd have put his hand up in the air and owned up to it.
Yeah.
As in they all do, don't they?
Maybe an issue with the clock because the referee just quickly darted out. So they're probably just getting things.
I think
right.
Well, referee Trish there. She's obviously where she was standing. She's looking right at the main clock in the arena. She probably saw it hadn't set off.
Yeah.
So
a few gremlins just to start the day. But I mean, just going back to that shot, actually. Just a tiny bit clumsy, and the contact with the red was probably just a little bit too hard, and now it's come back over to cover that yellow. I don't believe you can get to the potting angle of that yellow, so he's going to have to try and develop it again.
Might be able to play the plant into there.
Yeah, maybe. It's tight, that's for sure. Very close. He has to just almost graze that red on the way past.
Of course, this match is a race of 7.
I think
it start with 50 minutes on the match clock.
I think the yellow goes to the right side of the pocket. I think it's too tight. There you go.
He played it with some pace there, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I just didn't think that went. Thought it was always going to go towards the right knuckle. And playing it at that pace, it didn't give it any chance to go in.
Well, a very disappointing early visit there from Williams. The yellows were there, and now a decent little chance here for Matt Cooke after going in off his break. Steady performer is Matt. Been around a long time. I've played Matt on a few occasions back in the day when we both had full heads of hair.
Well, that was a long time ago. Goodness me.
And that's coming from you. Well, I've at least got a little bit left.
Someone sent me a
wig.
Someone sent me an image of myself that I've never seen before. I don't know how.
Well,
I'll
tell you what, nobody else wants to see it in here. I can tell you that, Nick.
And I've got a full head of hair, so that was a long time ago. I mean, that's over 30 years ago.
You've took a few off there as well, by the way.
That's rude.
No, it's factual. Anyway, Matt Cooke has now opened himself up a nice little chance here on Reds. Just a little bit of sort of half hampered queuing, if you like, over this yellow.
When I say full head of hair, it was receding a bit, but you know. Anyway, back with the action. Hard work's pretty much done. He's just needs to cue this one well. I mean, it should be a gimme, but it's a little bit of a tester first thing in the morning when your arm's still a little bit stiff. Get that back arm going, get that shoulder moving.
Well, Williams would be a little bit annoyed with himself there because he could have won that frame against the break. But he made that error. Like you said, he didn't develop that yellow well enough when he played that little cannon shot, missed the plants, and it's Matt Cooke who takes full advantage. And he leads 1-0. I mean, I watched a bit of that Gilbert Dempsey game, and Dave, I mean, as we know, with all professional snooker players, their cueing is absolutely sublime. Their control and everything. It's just, you know, the know-how of the game and the, you know, the fouls things and the loss of turns.
Yeah.
But if you leave Dave Gilbert open, he's not going to miss. And pressure. Well, he was in the World Snooker semi-final, so he knows all about pressure.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. You know, I'm really looking forward to that match. And as I say, you should be too. Just keep an eye out. 12:15, not to be missed.
Yeah, blockbuster. That's for sure. Nice little shot there from Matt. Quite a measured player is Matt Cooke.
Yeah.
Won't be rushed. Well, unless he gets down to the last 10 minutes of the match and it goes to 15 seconds of shot, and then everybody's rushed. But
you ever played under those kind of conditions, Tony?
to be fair, well, no. When I played, it was a minute shot, but I played quite quickly anyway, so I didn't really bother. But I must admit, there are the occasions when you do want to take like 30, 40 seconds to just, you know, if you're in a sticky position, and when you do get down to that 50 seconds, well, that's out the window. So I still play interleague pool, and I play for my town in Cornwall. We're in the Premier Division down there, and we do play under the 45 second, under the 15 second. Yeah. So I have played a bit. Yeah. And I must admit, it's probably because I'm a bit older now as well. I was thinking, hang on a minute, that's a bit quick, isn't it? But I've not time fouled yet anyway. But yeah, it's.
I remember watching you back in the day. You were always a very fast player.
I was fairly fast out at the hotel after being deposited out of the tournament in the first or second round.
Very fast, pretty fast to the bar as well, from what I.
I had my moments when I could play here and there. Certainly enjoyed my career, and I enjoy watching these guys play now as well. A lot less stressful sat here with you, Nick.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, you were sat in that seat back in the day as well, weren't you? I remember you on commentary for quite a few World Finals.
Yeah, did a bit for Sky for quite a number of years, to be fair, from '93.
Yeah.
That's hence me getting knocked out of the tournament all the time. I was always available for commentary.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll tell you that, and this is a true story. I was in the World Final, the World Quarterfinals, and they actually came up to me. I was commentating with Jim White, obviously through the tournament, and Sean Gilmartin, who was in charge of the production, they said, "You'll be okay for the final, won't you?" So I said, "I'm still in the tournament." He said, "Yeah, but you're not going to get to the final, are you?" That's what he said to me. I thought, I'll show you as I went out 7-5 in the quarters.
Jaden Billingham will play Alex Lewis. What a blockbuster game that is in quarterfinal 3. And Zach Shepherd will play Simon Fitzmaurice in quarterfinal 4. Great to see young Jaden Billingham doing well again. Another deep run for him. He's got a tough game against Alex Lewis. We'll keep an eye on that one. Later on, all those quarterfinals due to knock off at 4 p.m. this afternoon, or kick off at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So, looking forward to that.
In the meantime, Matt Cooke with another great opportunity. This is what you want first thing in the morning. romp off into a 3-0 lead. Should he get rid of these reds?
So don't forget, this is a prelim game. So the last prelim, actually, to get into the last 64. As previously mentioned, at the top of that last 64 draw, Tom Cousins against Dave Gilbert. There's a couple of games already started. Luke Gilbert's 2-0 up against Oli Bell, and Paul Clack has won the first frame against Liam White. Those are the only pro games that are currently in play. Cole Bedford beat Jez Graham in the first prelim this morning. Phil Parkin went through against Cleve Thompson. Dave Hogan back on the horse. He beat Luke Sanchez. Chris Day beat Morgan McInnes. Dave Fernandez beat Connor Jones. Carl Morris beat Ryan Lambeth. And Mark Fleming beat young Tom Jones. Although one more result there, Clayton Castaldi, the current world champion, beat Cormac Kerr. Only world champion for another couple of weeks as well, Tony.
Unless he wins it again. There's Matt Cooke using all the parts of the table.
Mind you, that was a slight. It was a different world championship, wasn't it? Didn't he win his in?
It was in Morocco.
When did Ronan win then? A year before, was it?
Wow, we're having a moment here now.
I know, miles away. It's an early start, Tony. Early start. Yeah, Morocco, wasn't he? Won. Yeah.
That was last year.
Yes.
Well,
no, but there's about 4 different world championships, Tony. So I get confused.
There's only one I watch, and that's the one that's coming up the next 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
The real world championship. We didn't want to finish here on the cush with this, and this is all down to that cue ball sliding into the knuckle, leaving him straight on this previous red. He's got a double with his black ball. Back into the other centre pocket. Probably have to play a little bit of left-hand side, just dig down here, sort of just to sharpen the angle a bit. If he hits his full in the face, it'll slide a little bit and go to the side of the middle bag. So played it very well indeed.
Yeah, nice.
Oh. What's Matt Cooke had for breakfast? Well, that's a better break. That's probably the best break in the match.
It is, but I mean, the result-wise, I mean, actually, the break itself, he's hit the side of the front ball. The cue ball's gone below the middle pocket. That shows how badly he's timed it. It's a good split, but he put his hand up in apology because he knew how badly he timed it. Were you one for apologising, Tony? You know,
not on the break, no.
No.
I mean, this is my take on it, and you know, and a lot of players are not going to agree with me. I mean, I was all for one for just it's brute force for me. Hit the break as hard as I possibly can. Suddenly goes in great because that's your main goal. You're trying to pot a ball off the break. As for trying to control the cue ball, when I used to break, I mean, I'd literally, because I'd swing my whole body back and throw my arm forward. I was never controlling the cue ball.
Yeah.
It was pure, you know, if it bounced in, it bounced in.
Yeah.
As soon as I did try it, and I thought, right, try a more measured break. I didn't get balls. I got nowhere near getting balls off the break. I thought, well, that's a load of nonsense. So I just went and whacked them again.
Yeah.
So
I mean, conversely, if you get kicked in off and you're unlucky, your opponent doesn't apologise to you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's cobblers. There you go. Let's not dress it up as anything else. I'm not having it. But then once you see players and they start making the same ball in the same pocket off every break,
yeah.
Then you think, well, that's not a break, that's a plant.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Referring to the cut break, of course.
No, why would I be doing that? When you refer to cut breaks and that thing that Tom Cousins was using last night, my God, that should be illegal. That's an incredible break.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's short. Well.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a thin cut. The cue ball's heading towards that middle pocket as well. Can he avoid the middle?
I think you can. The double's makeable. I think it just goes past the black.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be. I mean, anything else, you're riding the cue ball around the table. So I think he's going to play the double. Played it twice across actually, but yeah, he's got a double.
Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a very nice shot. Great recovery.
Well, he needed it.
He definitely needed it, yeah. Because the yellows were all there. Seen from where the cue ball was, that was going to be another simple clearance for Matt if he missed that. So a bit of pressure on that shot, and he came through it really nicely. We've got the team shootout on Monday, and then all of the events get going, team events, individual events. We've got the Masters next weekend as well. It's an absolute hotbed of pool. If you're anywhere near Blackpool or you fancy a break next weekend, do head up to Blackpool and come and join us. Come and visit us. Come and see this great arena and come and watch some of the best players in action. Great fun. And actually, the weather's not bad either. I was talking to my wife yesterday. Down in the West Country, it was raining, and I looked out the window. It was blue skies here. I've never known the like of it. Good weather in Blackpool. What's going on?
I think it has it occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
I'm further south than you, where I come from, but it's not been too bad over the last few weeks down in Cornwall.
Yeah. I was in Jersey earlier this week and it was stunning over there. Just pure blue skies. It was lovely weather. Burnt my head.
Didn't think to wear a hat then?
No, I didn't even take one. I don't suit hats to me. My head's too nice a shape for hats. Don't want to spoil perfection like this.
There's something I was going to say there and I just can't say it live on air.
Careful.
I'm enjoying my job. Well, Matt Cooke wants to slam the door shut in any thoughts of a comeback for Andy Williams. He's going to play the yellow, just roll the cue ball through, pop the yellows into the centre, or at least one of them into the centre, but I think might even go with both. See the black's easily available. He didn't want that little angle there. So there is a case to make if you want to play like a sort of screw shot out of there, just behind the black and come out and have the yellows in the corner.
Well, it's cost him the shot.
Surprised he missed it, and that's a golden opportunity gone begging there for Matt Cooke.
Seemed to be just trying to make a slightly bigger angle, perhaps. You can see him queuing across that ball, and he's
hit the rail just before, and he sort of, it's a bit of a jabby sort of shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What a chance for Dubs. Because that frame, I mean, it just shows the fine margins though, doesn't it, Tony? That is
careless.
Well, that is careless, yeah.
You do not bump into that ball.
But just going back to Matt, I mean, he was literally half an inch out of position, half an inch to the left, and he was absolutely perfect. And it's cost him his place. But as you say, that really is.
Oh, he moves it now. He's got to go straight in with check side.
Well, he's got it. He's got it to the right pocket. It's okay. It's not what he planned, but it works.
I think he might leave. I think he might come down. The plant's it's not too difficult to make.
No. It's set.
It all depends what his plan is for his connecting ball to the black. So when you pump this in, you're going into the side and bottom rail. That was way from the pocket.
Oh, nearly got lucky and.
Somebody looks like they've had a late night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not even close.
Matt with another bite. Shorter pace.
Yeah, it is again.
And
it's one of those where you can afford to go a bit too far.
Yeah.
Don't be short.
Yeah.
You know, you tell yourself, don't be short. So you look round at the table when you're playing, and you think, right,
Well, even
what I don't want to be is short.
even if he's where the red is in the middle of the table, he's still absolutely fine. I mean, he's cannoning the yellow here. Can't avoid the cannon, and he needs to judge it well.
No.
And that's no good.
Oh, what a frame of pull this is.
Again, such fine margins, but you know, this is the difference, isn't it? This is the difference.
Well, I feel you've got to go across the table. There's no value in doing anything else. You've got to pot this yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. He's missed it.
It's not even hit it.
Well,
He has, but it's still
he
going
has
to be
hit
a
it,
foul.
but it's a foul, yeah. Obviously,
Well.
didn't hit a cushion after contact, so ball in hand for dubs anywhere on the table.
It's like the above Cooke.
So, recognising people were probably joining us midway through this match. We're watching the opening scenes from Event 6. This is the last of the prelims between Matt Cooke and Andy Williams. On the conclusion of this match, due around about 12:15, we have an absolute blockbuster between Tom Cousins and the man from the snooker scene, Dave Gilbert. Do not miss that game. I shall be out there in the crowd watching.
So you're about to say you're going to be out there reffing.
Man of many talents, but I've never reffed. I'm not that much a man of many talents, to be fair.
I don't know, Nick. I think. Well, we're all going to see a winner in the end of this frame by the looks of it. But it's been a very topsy-turvy frame of pull by the professional standard.
Yeah, mistakes from both. Dubs will gratefully receive that gift.
As he did in the last.
Awaiting the winner of this game is Josh Kane.
Well, Josh was a little unlucky yesterday. He was playing some good stuff. So, and I'll tell you this now: whoever gets through out of these pair are going to have to up their game if they're going to try and beat Josh Kane.
Luke Gilbert's 4-2 up against Oli Bell. Sean Chipperfield is 2-1 up against Lewis Roberts. Paul Clack and Liam White 1 frame each. That match started at the same time as this one, and they're 1 frame each.
Who's that?
Paul Clack and Liam White.
Wow. Danger Mouse. Paul Clack, of course, is a member of the Australian pool team.
Yep.
Lewis Roberts behind. Don't tell our referee Trish, as that's her partner.
Yes.
The cue maker.
The cue ball only just stopped moving there. I didn't see it spinning away. And, yeah, I mean, Lewis.
Great player, and I'll tell you what, just his cue action, his stance, and all of that.
Yeah, it's classic.
He's a very, very good player. But we're back to the more sort of unorthodox Matt Cooke, but he still gets the balls to the pocket. A bit more of a pull stance is Matt Cooke. If you look at a player like Lewis Robertson and Greg Batten, these sort of players, you see that they look like they've been taught as a snooker player.
Yeah.
Their stance, and it's all textbook. Whereas Matt, you know, your Rob Warnes, they stand like they're a pool player.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit more square on, isn't it?
Well, pool tables, I think, generally are a little bit lower than snooker tables. So you sort of crouch, you bend both legs a bit more than you do on a snooker table.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the other legs are straighter stance. And just your whole setup. You know, they've probably been taught, had proper snooker coaches, played snooker initially, and that's a tough game to get into as a professional. And then looked at this game, and now it's rising up. I thought, hang on a minute, I'll have a go at that. And we've had some great world champions that have also been top snooker players in the previous years. Quinton Han, Mark Selby, of course, just to name a couple. Mark won it back in 2006. So he won the world pool before he won the world snooker. He's a great player as well, great pool player.
talking about 2006, that was the year I was at the next table to Oli Bale at breakfast this morning, and he was a European champion back in 2006. And he said, "Do you know what, Nick?" He said, "I was the last player to beat Tom Cousins 8-0 in a competition, and it was that year." The last player in a pro event to beat Tom Cousins 8-0, and that was 2006. I said that you probably will be the last as well, because no one's going to beat him 8-0 nowadays. His break's way too big.
Knowing Oli, he probably told you he played one-handed halfway through the match.
Oh
as well.
yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Well, Matt's restored his 2-frame lead, and will be breaking off here in frame number 7. Halfway through the match clock, just about.
Talking about Oli Bell, he was 4-2 down to Luke Gilbert. It's now 4 each.
Yeah, that's one thing about Oli. He does play very quickly.
Yeah, he can rattle off the frame, that's for sure.
He had a disappointing day the other day that he went out first round. I didn't notice. But yeah, he's a cracking player, Oli. Has been European champion, of course. He'll be playing for Wales as well.
Yes.
In this upcoming World Championship.
With a nice chance here for Matt. Just only consideration he needs to think of, he's got that one lone ball, and it's guarded by about 5 balls around it. There is a gap between the 2 yellows to be able to get to it, but it's not the ideal ball to leave to last to get onto the 8, so he really does need to try and deal with that early. In dealing with it early, how do you pot it and get back out again with that guard of honour all the way around it? So I think he's probably going to look to play the gap now.
Well, he'll play the one in the middle, then he'll come through and play that red. You can't leave that red till last.
No. If he could leave himself straight, he could just go in and out of the gap.
But that or the angle where he can screw into the cushion and come behind that yellow.
Yeah, that's what he's left. Yeah, that looks okay. Looks okay. Well, maybe it's, I don't know.
That's fine.
He's probably going to come
you
back
can pinch
into
a
the
bit of
yellow,
that far
isn't he?
jaw on that corner, Nick. So if he just where the left hand rubber is, he can just come behind there. And he comes straight out and bump into the yellow.
Yeah.
Either or,
Yeah.
the result's the same.
It works.
What he ideally would have liked to be just below that red, so you can see he's just slightly above it, playing it into the centre.
Yeah.
And obviously he needs to get the cue ball on the left-hand side, anywhere towards that left-hand middle to get on the black.
There's a couple of problems here. He doesn't want to leave the one on the bulk line to get onto the 8 because it's awkward. The yellow on the top cushion causes him a bit of a problem because that yellow's in the line of the natural line of top cushion and back down to where he is now. So it was just betwixt and between both positions there, and that yellow is still in that line, so he's going to have to come wide of it. He's going to have to swing the cue ball with side, come to the right hand side of that yellow, 2 cushions, and around to the left hand side of the table. Just needs to navigate this shot. This is
I wonder if he
tricky.
deep screws this with side and straight into the side rail and back over.
That's probably a better option. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He didn't get hold of it
No,
enough.
he didn't. And a lot of players would have used the reverse side there just to bounce it further down
He needed
the
to
table.
slam that, and he was a bit more tentative on that
Yeah.
shot than he'd have liked.
Yeah.
At least with these rules, he can full-bloodedly have a go at this black and not worry about that yellow that's over the corner, because if he pots the black and the yellow, it's a good shot, as long as the cue ball doesn't go in.
Bit of a test as quarter ball cut.
Oh, it's gone off the yellow. Thank you very much.
Get your hand up. Declan Brennan's won the first frame against his fellow countryman Sean Sean Sharkey, sorry.
Not fellow countrymen, North and South Island.
They
there.
are North and South, yeah.
You'd have got pulled there big time.
Yeah.
They played for, Declan's Northern Irish team, obviously
Yes.
defending their title, the World Championship in the team event, men's. And obviously Ireland have got a very strong side, and Sean Sharkey is the captain, I believe. Got my old job. That team would be made up with Stevie Dempsey, also the great Robert Brady, still playing for Ireland. I mean, he played for many years with me. I have to look back and think, was he playing in the Irish team when he was 6? Because I can't believe he's still playing. And he still plays really, really well as well. Looking forward to seeing him next week. I haven't seen him for many years. I do follow what they're all doing, of course, over in Ireland.
needs a touch of fortune here, does Dubs. He needs to cut this yellow in, drag that cue ball with left hand side, break out these 2 yellows and land on one. There's no guarantees here at all. Well, yeah, oh wow. It's okay. It's okay. He needs one more good shot just to get himself.
I think he needs more than one.
Well, he needs one good positional shot here. Is what I mean. If he gets good position, then he should be out.
See, I'd want to get down towards the bottom and play the bottom yellow next. If you can get there and just leave an angle so you can roll it into the middle and come through the gap of those 2 reds, both yellows in that set. But this is hard to get on.
It is.
But you can just play a plain ball. You haven't got to do anything with a cue ball. He's gone too far.
He's got it in the opposite middle.
But now it's a bit tricky. So he has to play, cut it into the left-hand middle, cue ball into the side rail on the right, play it with a load of left-hand side. So you've got running sides. So when the cue ball hits the top rail, the spin will bring it past the black and down, and try and have the yellow in the other middle.
Sounds easy.
It's not. Probably play a completely different shot now. Play off the red or something.
Yeah, that's definitely the shot there.
He's trying to hold. Never, ever, ever in a million years were you holding for that.
No.
Well,
had to send.
If you're playing on a kind of slow table, you could have maybe done that. Obviously, with something with a very thick cloth, and a spongy cushion, you could have slapped it in and just stopped the white. The white would then, on those sort of tables, it's like the white's travelling through a puddle, like a football, but not on this match table. No chance. Oh, it's a valiant attempt to try and conjure something up, but now Matt Cooke, he could elect just to pot a red and go up the top of the table and develop the 2 reds and leave Andy Williams snookered. If he doesn't just want to go full-blooded for the finish, he has those options.
Yeah. Liam White, having trailed 1 frame to nil, is now 3-1 up. Luke Gilbert's on the hill, 6-4 up against Odie Bell. Sean Chipperfield was 4-1 against Lewis Roberts, and Declan Brennan's won the first 2 frames against Sean Sharkey.
Chippy in full flow by the sounds of it. Well, he went out in the early rounds to David Hogan of the previous event, and of course David Hogan got all the way to the semis and then ran into the locomotive that is Tom Cousins. But David Hogan was playing some really good pool. Lovely temperament, cue action.
Just enough angle here to be able to stun. Would have liked to touch more angle, but there's just enough there. He can stun across. Wants to go. No, that's no good.
He has to play a safety now. So this is where I would have wanted to be in the first place. I'd have tried to pot the first ball, gone up there and done this, and I just think it's the more sensible shot. And I'm not one for safety either.
That's a tough little slip.
That's what I mean, because where they put those 2 reds were, they're perfect to lay that.
Yeah. I mean, he may have to go top cushion with side here. I'm not even sure that's on, because I think the red's in the way of the line. I don't know how you. I don't know how you get out of this. Yeah, this is a shot I meant. Well, there's no yellow over there.
No. Over beaches we go into the canal turn.
That was a 6 into the river. If you
were
playing cricket in Somerset.
Well, the flat season, aren't we, in the horses? Well, Matt Cooke will say thank you very much, and this should put him on the hill. He's not been at his very, very best either. But it has been an error-strewn match. Put it down to early morning cobwebs.
Yeah.
Plus both players didn't go too far in the previous event, so maybe a little bit of nerves as well out there. And if Williams doesn't find some glittering form from somewhere, he'll be putting his cue away and moving on to the World Championships for him.
Yeah, a little unwanted kiss there from Matt, but the 8 ball lines itself up for the opposite corner that he was originally going for.
But yeah, I get what you say. What it is they're not often going very deep into the tournament, and when they're continually playing on it. Once you get like last 16s, the court. So obviously, when you get to the quarters, all your matches are on the main table. So yeah, I get what you're saying with that, but
it does play slightly differently, doesn't it? And of course, you've got the whole setup. You know, suddenly you've got lots of pairs of eyes watching you. You've got the cameras pointing at you.
Yeah, but these are professional pool players, Nick.
It's quite an intimidating environment, though. So I mean, you say that it's still quite an intimidating environment. You're not buying it, are you?
Nope. This is where when I was playing as a youngster, I wanted to be in it. You know, you want to be on centre stage. You want to get out there, and you know, it's the atmosphere. It's a buzz.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a shrinking violet and worry about that, you're never going to win anything.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not buying it. They all want to be in the centre stage. You want to be at the business end of all these tournaments. That's why they play.
And he's got a problem here. He's got that red on the right hand side, and there's no ball here to be able to develop it.
No, nothing seems to have gone Andy's way at all today. It's not been at his best, but it's always the case though, Nick, isn't it? If you're not playing particularly well, everything goes against you as well. It's sort of like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're the other side of the arena, and things, you know, you'll get the nice little bumps here and there that help you along the way.
He's just pulled back there. He's pulled out of the attack, just realising that it was going nowhere, and yellows are a bit of a mess. So buying himself a bit of time. I mean, he's in control. The Reds are in control. So, I mean, while it's a nice little shot just to be able to take one of the Reds off the table, it's kind of tied up the yellows a little bit at the top of the table.
I think Matt there, he knows he's leaving him half a chance, but I think at 6-2 he's thinking if he doesn't do that, it's a worse shot.
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of forcing Andy to have a little go.
Yeah, I mean 6-2 up with 16 minutes left on the clock. He can also, he's in no hurry, is he?
If it's 6-all, he doesn't play that shot, that's for sure.
No. Oh, needs that to come out. Oh, he's left a horrible little plant. Horrible.
Yeah, that's not easy at all.
Just queuing across. I mean, when you're right behind these, they're not too difficult, but when you've got to play across the face, it's really difficult to pick the line. And then, of course, the cue ball's travelling, so you need to think about where the cue ball and the red are going to end up. There's a lot going on in this shot.
That's a very well played shot there from Andy Williams.
Yeah, controlled it very, very nicely too. Really good. And well-controlled cue ball to leave himself a simple 8-ball to get back within 3 frames. Still in this game, Tony?
Indeed, not giving up the ghost.
Yeah, loads of experience. Came from the snooker scene originally, I believe. She refereed snooker before she came across the pool.
Yeah, she gets on well with all the players and everybody around the place. She's a very pleasant character.
Yeah.
Always got a smile. What's Andy going to do here then? I think he's going to have to look at these reds. He's looking at that plant to start with.
Yeah. I think he's looked at the red a couple of times past the 8-ball and wasn't sure if he could get through the potting angle. And that red now is actually a bit of a problem, because the little triangle that's to the left-hand side, as we look at, well, above the cue ball, as we look at it now, they kind of link with each other, but then nothing links with that ball that's beside the 8. I don't think he's got the angle to force across to it now. May be able to force one. He could. Yeah, well, it's not great, is it? He's got a big angle here.
He's all in now.
Yeah, he's going into the yellow in the 8. He needs to burst that cue ball through there somehow because he's going to be on nothing. I mean, if he's low here, he trusted to luck a little bit there. Didn't get
that needed
much.
to be belted.
Yeah.
I know it's reckless, but at some point, sometimes you just have to. There's nothing else. It's. I'm not saying hit and hope, but there was, because you're canning into so many different balls. You've just got to right. I need it out in the open, but playing it softly there, like he did, it's always going to stay stuck to.
Even if he gets this long, what's
the yellows?
What's he got next? Red off the. Oh, what an effort that is!
Very close.
That was a great effort.
Mind you, good cue ball, for considering he didn't pot the red. Obviously not particularly good if he had potted it.
That was a great effort.
Well, Matt Cooke's only got really one shot he can play, and that's the yellow into the centre. Ideally, then he'd want to go up the top and play the loss of turn. And that would be his next shot. Maybe not off this one, but that's what I'd be looking to do, is try and obviously get rid of that red over that ball, over that top bag, and leave the cue ball somewhere onto the top left-hand side of the table with no shot for Andy Williams, and also develop that, opened up that pocket.
Extension hole.
I mean, he could play it here if he wants to play that yellow into the middle and send a cue ball into the red over the bag.
Yeah, but still needs to
think he's
develop
just going to go
yellows
game
at the top of the table.
I don't like him going game. I don't like those 2 yellows at the top. He's gone, yeah, that's a shot. That is the shot. He's opened it up now.
Does this? Can he get to the potting
Well, see,
angle?
this is why he needed the red out of the way, because he couldn't put the 2 yellows into this top right hand corner. He had to get rid of that red.
Yeah.
It's either loss of turn, let him come back to the table, or play it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was going to go game then when he did that bit, but
I'm not sure he could get through to the potting angle of either
no,
of those
you might be
yellows.
right. You could well be right there, Nick.
And this is actually tough because he's covered the yellows in the way of the angle that Andy needs to get to on the left side cushion. So, oh, what an escape that is!
Well, that's some shot even to hit that.
That is a fantastic escape, and actually he's pushed one of the yellows safe as well. One of the yellow just in behind the 8 ball now, so it causes Matt a bit more of a headache. But that was a fantastic escape. To be able to judge that to the short rail and find that angle was exceptionally good.
Absolutely great shot there, Andy Williams. But you feel that Matt Cooke's now just going to develop this yellow, leave the cue ball stuck to the black ball.
Yeah.
But then you're going to fancy Andy to hit this, and we've said about these shots many a time, and all of us in commentary, that if you can get to the side rail, you expect to hit it. And how many out of 10 would you pot? 2, 3?
Yeah, as a professional player, you'd hope to get 2 or 3, wouldn't you? So, I mean, you from close. From Matt's perspective, he's played the odds. You know, giving your opponent a 20% opportunity. If you were playing poker, you'd take that all day long. But it does mean that you know, 2 times out of 10, he's going to get it, and you're going to lose the frame.
We have to
so
weigh
there
up
is a risk.
You're weighing up your option because he could have played a double. So it's his double versus the snooker. Which one's the better shot? But anyway, regardless, Matt Cooke now has a clear run at these yellows and the black to try and get himself into the last 64 and through this prelim. We have just entered into the last 10 minutes of the match, of course, and now we're at 15 seconds of shot as well. As you can see on the board behind us, the 15-second shot clock now in play. Played that really well. That was a tougher shot than it looked, especially when you know you got 2 seconds to hit the ball.
Absolutely.
And this is absolutely perfect now for Matt Cooke. The Cookie Monster's going to progress.
Good solid win from Matt Cooke, and Josh Kane awaits.
And down goes the black ball, and it's Matt Cooke that goes through a little bit of a scrappy affair. Andy Williams, not his best day at the office, but Matt will be quite satisfied with his morning's work. And he'll go through to face Josh Kane in the last 64.